Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus and welcome to another video. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. So, I'm going to be doing a bit of a different video tonight because it's on the theme of conspiracy theories and musicians that have passed on that then some people say that haven't passed on. And the reason that I'm mentioning this now is because recently we looked at Sir Paul McCartney and we looked at him before with a vocal analysis and we proved that he didn't die in 1966. Shock, horror. But then I had so many emails after this, I then made another video that analysed his bass playing in great detail just to show that it's the same person, that you cannot fake what he was doing. And he did it before 1966 and has done it for the rest of his life. But anyway, more emails have come in and they seem to generally come in quite regularly, and one of them was about Elvis, and I did a video on Bob Joyce because people were saying that he was Elvis Presley and Elvis didn't really die and all that kind of stuff. So I did a vocal analysis on Bob's voice and we saw that it wasn't the same voice, but not only that, it just doesn't work from an age perspective because Bob was 17 and is 17 years too young to be Elvis. Elvis would be 88 now. So you just have to remember that he was born in 1935. So yeah, he would be a very old man now. But anyway, yeah, I proved it with the first video and it just wouldn't work anyway from that age perspective. And I've had more messages saying that it isn't Bob Joyce who's Elvis, but somebody else called John Cotner. And I looked into that, and again, you can hear that it's not the same voice. And I actually found another video, which I'm going to just put the spotlight on tonight, because I think it's an important thing to know about conspiracy theories. And as much as people want to believe them, there are people who are changing pictures and changing videos so that it supports their conspiracy theory, but that actual evidence doesn't exist. It's something that has been manufactured. And I want to put a spotlight on it because not only is it just depressing that people go to those lengths to do that kind of thing, but in this particular case, the pictures have been taken of somebody totally unrelated and, I believe, from their public profiles, then edited to pretend to be this John Cotner person and then paired with an image and a voice to then sell this conspiracy that Elvis is still alive. So, I mean, the real reason for me making this video is just the same reason as doing the Paul McCartney one, that I can link people to this video and not have to answer every single email that I get trying to explain everything. So, in the case of John Cotner, I think because I searched for it on YouTube and looked into it, it's why this particular video got suggested. So I clicked on it and I watched it. And this is from Luke T on YouTube, who has found the pictures of John Cotner. And I mean, one of the videos has over 800,000 views saying, is this Elvis Presley? And people are looking at pictures that have been photoshopped to make it look like Elvis Presley. But this particular person on their YouTube channel, Luke T, has found the original pictures of somebody who's totally unrelated to the whole Elvis thing. His pictures have just been taken and then manipulated to go along with this John Cotner voice. So just to clarify as we go through these, the left is the original picture and the right is this person's picture manipulated then to support this conspiracy. This was another picture that was taken and has been photoshopped. So what they're doing on the right hand side is changing the face to get it to look as much like Elvis as they can, because that's the point of supporting this conspiracy theory. And of course, like I said, almost close to 1 million people are looking at this and thinking, wow, that really does look like Elvis Presley. But if you look at the neck chain, you can see here how, I mean, I don't know if people have any experience in Photoshop. I mean, I do for logo designing and all that kind of stuff, but you can see here how, I mean, this is just really dodgy altogether. The necklace kind of disappears into a blur. You can clearly see on the right hand side that we've had a bit of clone stamp usage. That's what it's called on Photoshop, where it's cloning exactly what you want it to. It just repeats, and it's called a clone stamp tool on the software. So this has been done just to cover the top of his ear, and here, to get rid of the logo on the shirt, they've used the clone stamp tool again. And you can tell because just at the top here, you can see the top of the logo, which is obviously very difficult to remove. And obviously, they've totally changed and photoshopped the face, to get it look like Elvis, and the hat, obviously. But, I mean, the whole chest, you can see that it doesn't even kind of sit underneath his chin. If you're editing at the same quality as the original image, it means that when you do use something to manipulate it, it's a lot easier to see because you've got a higher pixel density, meaning the image is clearer, so you can spot things more easily. So the way to counteract that is just totally ruin the quality of the image so there are very few pixels, because then you don't have to be as exact with your editing. And here it's exactly what's happened. So people looking at this will look at the picture on the right and think, oh, it looks like the same guy, so this must be genuine, the picture on the right hand side, but the original is on the left hand side. So I also want to mention in this video something that I get asked when a particular email like this comes through, where people say, explain this picture, or how do you explain this picture? And they'll link me to something like this. And I'll always say that I don't have to explain this picture, because pictures can be manipulated, and somebody that is making a case or trying to put forward a case has to prove that case. So if somebody says this picture looks like Elvis Presley, in order to verify that picture, they have got to come up with the proof that it has not been edited, that it's, not been doctored, that it hasn't been through a process to change it. They've got to prove the legitimacy of their evidence. But all they're doing is grabbing a picture, like in this case, that somebody has photoshopped and said, yeah, how do you explain that? Well, it's easy. It's been photoshopped. That's a very easy explanation, because people that don't know Photoshop won't know about the clone stamp tool and all the things that you can do and how easy it is to manipulate pictures. And yet, I think even some people nowadays that know things can be manipulated, they just don't hold their evidence that they're actually putting forward to any kind of level. They're just accepting that, oh, it looks like that, so therefore it must be true. It is unfortunately just what it is, that these artists, as much as people would want Elvis to still be alive and still be performing and, still being in the world, unfortunately, we have to let go of great artists and just let go of great people in general in the world, because that's the deal with this life thing. And, vice versa, for people that think some artists died and then were replaced, there are plenty of things that you can find that prove whether somebody died or whether they didn't die. And this is just to put this out there about this particular case of John Cotner, but also just for people to be a little bit more vigilant about conspiracy theories, especially in music. And as you guys know, if I do see anything and if I am approached to do a video about something, then I will do it. I mean, I've covered so many different genres of music and different artists that I do look at all of the requests that are sent in. And even when it's a video like this, people asking me about whether this person is Elvis Presley. And I already know the answer, but you've got to come up with some kind of evidence, because otherwise it would just be seen as an opinion. And this is the problem, that people think, or they say, the people that believe the conspiracies, they say, oh, that's just your opinion, but we know he's alive. And they don't realize that that's just their opinion as well. There isn't actually any proof to it. So, I mean, this is the proof that really busts this theory about this particular person and this particular voice. But I'm sure that there'll be another person that is going to be in my inbox tomorrow. But anyway, thank you guys for requesting this video tonight. And if you were one of those believers in this particular conspiracy, hopefully you're on the right path now. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, and you can subscribe. We do analysis videos on performances normally. It's not a conspiracy channel. So yeah, you can subscribe for those videos. I'm not going to be doing these kinds of videos. This is very much a one-off for me, but as it was requested and as I do get emails about this John Cotner character, then I thought it's just quicker for me to make this video rather than answering all of the emails. But anyway, yes, thank you guys. Keep those requests and suggestions coming in the comment section below for musical analysis videos, and I will catch you guys at the next one. Rock!